What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. Kind of a serious video. It's not very comfortable for me to defend Ethan Klein, a man who literally wouldn't piss on me in my basement if I was on fire. But what's happening to this dude for going up against the Free Palestine weirdos and Hasan Pikers, orbiters like Denims or whatever? These people are all irrelevant in my world. But apparently they're semi-popular streamers. They have really been going hard against Ethan Klein for his criticisms of Hasan Piker. And that's fair. So like both sides are fair. It's Ethan's fair to criticize them. It's fair for them to comment on the videos and dislike it and be mad at him and all this kind of stuff. That's all fair. But now it's gotten to a level where even I have to defend Ethan because these people are literally trying to get his children taken away from him. He just reported that CPS showed up at his house, and treated them like criminals. I'll just let you use some of his language here. I'll just let him tell you in his own words.
In my long career on YouTube, I've pretty much seen it all. I've been swatted several times with LAPD helicopter.
Me too. My guy's in federal prison right now. Don't drop the soap, buddy.
There's the street shut down, police with guns drawn, doing a perimeter around my house. We've also been visited by the FBI 3 times. They were all to warn us of a credible threat against our lives. One time, most recently, he came at 7 a.m. and said, "Do not open any packages until you hear from me." As
they had a credible threat that people were going to send him, things that were going to explode. This, by the way, for him disagreeing with communist woke weirdos. Now look, Ethan Klein is still a woke weirdo, all right? And I know his fans are going to watch this and be like, "Oh my God, Basement Pisser's defending Ethan. Now you know it's bad." Look, people are still human. I often get in some trouble, even with my own viewers, for trying to understand like the human side of people, even if they do something I disagree with. And like, as far as I can tell, Ethan Klein has had a lot of opinions I disagree with, but there used to be rules back when we were growing up, back when Ethan Klein and I were growing up in this internet game. There used to be rules. You didn't go after a guy's wife or a woman's husband, but you didn't go after their kids. It was pretty simple rules. You also didn't go after their sponsors, which Ethan definitely has broken that rule numerous times. But again, me trying to see the humanoid in there, like this dude has been, like, he shares some information in this video that's mind-blowing. I'm not going to do a reaction video to his video. You can watch. There's just a couple points I wanted to touch on because these people are colluding with not only Reddit, but apparently it seems like the higher ups at Reddit are turning a blind eye to people doxing him and admitting to crimes, admitting to calling CPS on him. And I don't know, again, most of these people are childless weirdos. I'm a childless weirdo myself, but I'm not so removed from reality. Let me give you an example on why they called CPS on him. And then I'm going to play out what really happens. By the way, CPS is a terrible agency and should be disbanded immediately. He has a dog. He got it. This is where all these dorks, they think they got him, right? Again, it pains me to defend Ethan Klein. His dog got Giardia. Anybody who's owned a dog before knows it's not that big a deal, okay? 2 of my 3 German Shepherds have gotten it throughout the years. You just get a little white powder, you put it on their food, they eat it, it goes away. It's like a parasite or a bacteria that they'll get if they're like drinking like stagnant water outside or they chewing on something. It's not, Giardia is not a big deal, okay? So these dorks on Reddit who aren't adults and don't take care of anything think, "Oh my God, Giardia! Call CPS on him. He's a terrible pet owner." And then the second part of this is that his very young child contracted Giardia from the dog. It really isn't that hard to see how that happens, even in a spotless, clean home. This child is, I don't remember, less than a year old, I think, 8 months old. At that age, you're crawling around, you're putting everything in your mouth, you're touching everything. It's hard to stay up on it. It's not like you could just see bacteria. You can clean all you want, but maybe the dog, maybe the kid. I mean, I've seen babies put dog toys in their mouth. So the dog had the dog. I mean, it is entirely reasonable to assume that, somebody around a dog with that disease would get it. And all of these dorks are like, oh, his house is covered with fecal matter. Call CPS. This is crazy how demonic these people are.
We have credible bomb threats against you that we found online. I thought I'd seen it all. I knew this content nuke was going to draw a lot of negative attention, seeing how extreme Hasan and his fan base are and his orbiters. But the lengths to which they've gone to harass us and get revenge for going after their god.
Getting revenge for making a video they didn't like. Just be very clear. Hasan did not get deplatformed. He didn't get nothing. All he did was make a video criticizing. Now, by the way, I criticize both of these guys. It used to be good business for me. Now my viewers don't really care about either one of them anymore. But as a content creator to content creator, this story is vile.
God King Hasan has frankly gone beyond any
Listen
type
to
of
this.
point of civility and humanity to the point where they're calling CPS, Child Protective Services, to come to our house and break up our family. On Friday.
And they actually showed up. And if you know a dang thing at all about CPS, they'll do it. I think a lot of those people get off on breaking up families. If you know anything about CPS, you know what I'm saying is true.
Morning, an agent showed up to our
7
house
in the
saying
morning
that they had received an anonymous tip that our children were crawling around in dog shit, eating dog shit, and contracting diseases. Not only have they called...
All of this is based on a toddler picking it up from a puppy that they got who had it and was getting treated at the same... The line of actions where a dog could pass this on to a kid is extremely, very reasonable. Now, if you find out your dog's got this thing, maybe you separate it. You do separate it. But the fact of the matter is, this dog was a puppy. And again, if you weren't a weird internet, weirdo, you would know if you've ever had a puppy, what do puppies get all the time? They get the rhea all the time. And it's like, until their bodies are, adjusted to their new type of food. I'm talking about when you just get a puppy, which is exactly what happened here. So you just get a puppy, you're switching their food, they get a little bit of rhea from stress. You don't immediately think they have giardia. You know what I mean? Like, I think Ruby was having it for days before I was like, okay, this is weird to tick her in. So it's totally normal that you wouldn't rush your dog to the vet the first time it had a blowout.
CPS on us. Now they're starting to try to call in.
Look at this. Everybody on these Reddit things. Okay, whoever called CPS, can you also do a 5150? Joking. No one here called CPS. These people definitely did.
A 5150 to get me committed. It's really gone on too far, and at this point, I'm ready to take no prisoners, take the gloves off, and call out everybody who needs to be called out. The thing is, once you target my children, then a line's been crossed that cannot be walked back. Once my kids are involved, when people are targeting my children, harassing my children, there's no length that I won't go to take care of this. And I think that's something that every parent can relate to. All these people, incidentally, who are promoting this type of insanity are, in fact, childless and will likely remain that way.
Now, a lot of this, he talks about, Hasan and this other Denims person, again, who these people are completely irrelevant to me. I don't know who they are or what they do, but they're all promoting this one guy in his content. This is a guy that just makes up wild stuff. And then what happens is the other people that hate Hasan pick up his garbage content and then restream it to their people. You can look at the chat of this, again, this Denims individual who might be one of the most vile individuals online. And her entire chat is saying, call CPS,
like
call CPS. She also acts like a mental health expert and says, well, if CPS comes and rips these two kids away from their parents and has to be investigated. It's not going to matter. Kids don't remember things at 3 or 5, which is how old his other kids are, 4 or 5 or something like that. Yes, they will remember this. They will remember it when they're 6 and they're 7 and they're 8 and they're 9 and they're 10. They're going to remember this. So this woman is so intellectually dishonest that it's like she actually defends her action. So what if CPS goes there? So what? The kids are going to be fine. No, you can scar these kids for life. And again, you're playing with fire with CPS. I don't care how clean Ethan's house is. CPS could still decide at any moment to take those kids away. And the vile thing is, the thing that this bad empanada guy is who looks, well, like, I'm not even going to say it because I know they'll brigade the video, but he does not appear to be a very smart individual. I'll say that much. We know that they know, Denims and Hasan and this other dork, all know that there's actually a chance that CPS will take the kids away regardless. And so they can all say, well, I had nothing to do with it. It's the same logic that people who SWAT use. They know when people, do you want to know why I'm such a hardliner on people who SWAT? It's because they know that there is at least some chance that that SWAT team is going to take your life. And that's why they do it. Or they're going to take out your dog. I have 3 German Shepherds. When the people that were swatting me knew what SWAT teams do to dogs. There's been numerous cases. There's been at least one case where the guy didn't survive it. So the people that do this stuff know that there's a real shot at something very bad happening to you. Look, if you have a problem with Ethan Klein, you know, of which I have many, then deal with that. All these intellectual giants, like this Denims person, she must be real smart. She's not. She's dumb. Hasan is dumb. Bad Empanada, also dumb. These people have no real life experience other than being terminally online. So they think that it's a fantastic own that somebody caught Giardia off a family pet. It happens thousands of times a year, but they're like, whoa, my God, call CPS. You better take his kid away. All because he made fun of Hasan Piker. That's it. Hasan is a moron, and the people that think he's smart are dumb. Okay? And they are likely to be unhappy losers their entire life. The people that watch Denims and think she's got a big brain must be double-digit IQ. Because I've had to consume some of these people's content, and they are the dumbest individuals I've ever had the misfortune of consuming their content. And the fact that they're joking about calling CPS, this guy, this bad empanada guy, says, I'm the guy that called CPS on Ethan Klein. I want them to take his kids away because they are in serious danger. He does this from Argentina, where it's notoriously difficult to litigate or get any justice for. So what does Ethan have to do? Well, all he can do is essentially call for, these people to be deplatformed, which I never like to do. But this is right up on the line. Here's somebody else. I'm calling CPS on Ethan again. Reddit is allowing this stuff to fester. YouTube is apparently allowing it to fester. Twitch is allowing it to fester. And this is just way over the line. Way, way, way over the line. So much over the line that I had to make a video defending Ethan Klein. A man, again, who would never do the same for me. I hope you're informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.